Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm actually editing a video in the afternoon. I just felt a little chipper today, so I thought I'd do one. This is a sovereign citizen. He's very upset. He filed a federal lawsuit, paid his $400 and whatever dollars, and he is very upset that the judge wants to see his evidence before they proceed to trial. Because this guy paid for a jury trial. He didn't pay to have his evidence reviewed by anyone. He paid for a trial, and he's going to try to find out what the heck is going on with this corrupt system. Anyway, here we go.
All right. It is December the 28th, 2022, and we're back at the United States District Courthouse. On December the 13th, the court sent me this document saying that I have to turn over all my evidence to the judge. I didn't waive my right to have a judge trial. I requested a jury trial.
This individual's channel is called NOJ News. He's a big-time sovereign citizen. He's kind of crazy, and he thinks that he paid for a jury trial, which is not the case. As far as I know, not being a lawyer or nothing, all cases filed for lawsuits have to be reviewed by a judge before they go forward or do anything like that. I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet, find out what his beef is, but I'm pretty sure he's going to find out it needs to be reviewed, and the judge will decide whether the case moves forward or not. This guy just don't get it. He wants what he paid for.
And we're about to go up here and find out what is going on. Has corruption already started with this court? At no time did I waive my rights to a jury trial, to have a judge hear my case. But this is how corruption started. The 7th Amendment to the Supreme Law grants me a right to a jury trial in a civil matter where the jury is the arbitrator, not the judge.
He is absolutely right. When you file a federal lawsuit, you do have the right to have a jury if it fits a certain criteria, like it has to be for more than $25 or something like that, and there's some other criteria. And he probably meets all that, but he doesn't understand what judicial review is. It has to be reviewed before they can proceed to trial or not to trial. It has nothing to do with a jury trial, what he's trying to do now. He thinks he should have a jury trial just automatically as soon as he files. He doesn't get how it works. He doesn't understand the court system.
Shit ain't even got off the ground and we already trying to manipulate shit. This is why I say people, they allow this to happen. That's why they feel they could do this shit. I'm not gonna pay my money and then you tell me a judge gonna decide off the break when I ask for a jury trial. Shit, he should have did that before I paid my money.
If the case moves forward, the judge is not going to decide the outcome of the trial. The judge needs the evidence so he can see if the trial will proceed. You have to meet certain criteria. He'll sign subpoenas for your witnesses after he finds out if he's going to let it go to trial or not. It's very simple.
Here we go again. How you doing, man? All right, we're inside the courthouse now.
How you doing? Y'all going upstairs? Y'all going upstairs?
And we're gonna cut this off right now and get back with y'all as soon as we get through with the clerk's office.
Oh, so you're not going to stand up for your First Amendment? You're going to shut your camera off while you go visit with the clerk? I think you're lying. That's what I think. I think you're lying. I think you're just going to pretend you turned it off like a chicken shit, and you're gonna just leave it on the whole time you're there. That's what I'm thinking. I really hate to say it, but I told you so. Left his camera on, gonna leave it on.
I received this letter in the mail requesting that I turn over all my evidence to the judge. I requested a jury trial. I'm not having the judge decide anything. The Seventh Amendment gives me that right. He's not the arbitrator. So why am I turning over my evidence to him? I just want to know.
That's a solid question.
I requested a jury trial. Who is the arbitrator of this case? When do plaintiffs have to turn over evidence to a judge? And he hasn't even signed the subpoenas yet for me to serve. So why? I don't understand what the problem is.
So let me grab somebody who's more familiar with the procedure than I am, because I haven't nailed down.
I know. You told me you guys just started. Okay.
Let me grab
the clerk is the clerk here?
The clerk of the court?
Yeah.
She's actually out.
How about the lawyer she brought the last time?
He is also out.
Okay.
I can grab my supervisor.
Okay, that'll work.
Be right back.
All right, thank you.
Hi.
How you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm doing fine. What's your name?
Janet.
Miss Janet. I received this in the mail. I just filed this lawsuit, and I requested a jury trial.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the judge, he's just a person who's going to explain the law to both sides. He doesn't. What does he need my evidence for before we start the trial? He hasn't even signed the subpoenas to serve these people yet. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. I mean, the Seventh Amendment gives me a right to a jury trial, and they're going to be the arbitrators.
It does. So I'm not quite sure what the issue is. So summons have not been issued yet. This is still under judicial review?
Yes, ma'am. I came here, I think, to speak to these gentlemen last week and I paid to have a jury trial, not a judge.
Everything goes under judicial review. You don't get summons issued automatically. It doesn't automatically go to trial.
Boom, I got something right. It has to go up before judicial review before they'll proceed forward with the case. What he paid for was judicial review, not to have a jury trial. This guy's problem, I know what his problem is. He's dumb. That's what his problem is.
Everything gets determined whether it proceeds by the judge.
No, not by law. And not by law. I understand what you're saying. The Seventh Amendment on your...
Well, I can't argue with you about
No. Hear me out for a minute. When I paid my money, on your complaint, it says, do I want a judge trial or a jury trial?
Yes,
I marked jury. I don't even trust these judges up here. And this has something to do with this system up here. I paid to have my case heard by a jury. Okay, and if...
That's not what the filing fee is for. It's not to be heard by a jury.
No. The filing fee is to have my case heard in this courthouse. If that was the case, then the judge should have reviewed it before I paid my money and decided that, and I know this is the corruption that goes on in this judicial system. Okay, you pay the money and then this judge decides from a telephone call from somebody else, kill it. That's not going to happen this time. I'm going to go to the ethic board. I'm going to file an appeal. My Seventh Amendment gives me a right to be heard by a jury of my peers, not a judge.
People, this is why you get an attorney to explain all this stuff for you. If you're going to be stupid enough to try to represent yourself in federal court, at least consult an attorney to find out what the actual law is and how it works and all that stuff, because you're kind of an idiot and it's not going to work the way you think it's going to work.
Okay, if that was the case, he should have reviewed it before I paid my money. Now he's extorting money from me if he thinks he's going to. I've never heard where a plaintiff has to turn over his evidence to a judge when nobody. Well, I'm just saying, turning over all the paperwork what he's saying in this is what the clerk is saying. I need to turn over everything to prove my case before the case even starts.
Where does it say that, though?
It says I have to turn over everything that I want him to look at. I don't want him looking at anything. I want the jury to do it.
Well, unfortunately, with the federal court, everything goes under judicial review first, And then it determines if the case proceeds further. If you have an issue with that, you are more than welcome to put it in writing and file it in your case.
I intend to, but I just wanted to make sure, because that's not the law.
Okay,
I'm very familiar with the law is. That's not, I mean, they've been doing it for so long and getting away with it that they think it's the law. It's not. That's why they put jury and judge. The jury is the arbitrator pursuant to the 7th Amendment, not the judge. And that's why I marked jury.
And if you file your case and the judge reviews it and it moves forward, it'll go to a jury. What don't you understand about this? It's the process. It's the way it works. It's the way it's always worked.
He doesn't have to decide anything. All he has to do is sit up on that bench and tell what the law is pursuant to this case. And that's what I paid for. Now, if he thinks he's going to, and I've been through this court before, they granted me to file a complaint without paying for it. And then when we got all the way up to Richmond, the state argued I didn't pay. But you said I was free to pay, not pay. And they dismissed it because I didn't pay. This time I paid, and I want my case to be heard by 12 of my peers because this is a corruption case. And all it takes for him, and I don't know him, but I'm going to do a background on him, is a phone call from these criminals, and he dismisses this case. That's not going to happen. It's not. And I run a YouTube channel putting corrupt people on it, and that's where it stems from. And if he wants to get on there, I'm making it very clear. I paid to have a jury trial.
I've got a feeling that this jury trial, what he filed for and all that's going to be dismissed because he's not going to turn in the paperwork. He's not going to do anything he's supposed to do because he knows everything and it's a big conspiracy against him. I'll almost guarantee you this case is not going to move forward.
And that's what I want. And I don't have to give my evidence to the court. You haven't even signed the subpoenas yet.
We're not asking for evidence.
You say it says send all paperwork or evidence you want him to.
Because I'm trying to explain to you, sir, that everything goes under judicial review first. It doesn't automatically mean that you have a case in the court. So the judge can dismiss the case at any time before being heard by a jury.
Well, he should have did that before he took my money.
He can't do it before he sees your documentation on how the thing should go forward. You have to show him that stuff so he says, oh yeah, this is good, I'm going to let it go. It's just crazy.
Extorted my money from me.
You could have proceeded without paying. That was an option.
No, because he wouldn't have done it because I make too much money to do it without. I've already been through this. The last time, the only way they did it because I was illegally incarcerated by some individuals. And I asked for that. But now,
Well, dang it, his battery went dead and his camera footage shut off. So as you can probably figure out, he left the building mad and all that stuff. But we have an update. He put an update video on his appearance here with this city clerk or whoever she is. Anyway, let's check that out. Now, I know this is an update video because he called it Update Video. That's what he named the video.
all right, free people, I'm just giving you an update on what's going on. It is December the 8th, 2023, and still we have not received any order from the United States District Courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland. Okay, but today, as you see, the U.S. Court of Appeals called me. They wanted some information, which I gave it to them. I called them back and I gave it to them.
Well, it's interesting that all you did was show a picture of your phone, and it shows it going an outgoing call at 11:30 a.m. and the phone was disconnected at 11:30 a.m. So it only took you a minute to give them the information they were looking for, or are you just making this up? Or didn't they answer the phone? I don't know. You decide.
So believe me when I tell you, this case isn't over with yet. It's just starting. As I told you, I'm going to have to go outside of Maryland to get justice. So I'm just bringing you an update that I filed my appeal. I have not received any documents from the court in Greenbelt, Maryland, that my case was closed or dismissed. It's just the word of the clerk of the court, who I don't trust none of them. Stated that he closed my case out November the 8th. And I found it funny that I still haven't received anything from them.
Sounds an awful lot like they dismissed the case because you never presented anything for them to review. That's what it sounds like to me, but I don't know. Let's keep listening.
But the Court of Appeals have received my notice of appeal, and they were calling for some information. So I'm just giving you all an update on what is happening, because I told you I would. I'm not hiding anything. There's a corrupt system of justice in America today. Lady Justice has her eyes wide open, and she has become a whore in this country. As I told a young lady there, I paid $402 to have 12 free citizens hear my case, and a judge wants to say I didn't serve these people.
And if I recall correctly, she told you you're not paying for a jury trial, you're paying for judicial review to see if your case is worthy of going forward, and apparently it wasn't.
Even though you saw it on my platform of me serving representatives of these defendants, it's remarkable. And now we went down to Tacoma Park, and they have told their dispatchers not to receive any documents at the front. Interesting.
I'm trying to remember if I saw that video, but I think I saw one where he went in and he just threw the subpoenas that he wrote up at the lady behind the counter there, the secretary, and said these people are served. He didn't serve the actual people. He served the secretary, and that's not legal, I don't think. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think they call that improper service.
You saw it in the last video where the young lady refused to receive or take the documents from that we were going to sue this officer for this false arrest in Langley Park. So we found out that they have been informed not to receive any documents. The next upcoming lawsuit is against Enterprise, and they have moved all their employees from the Enterprise. Interesting. When they commit crimes, this is how they get over trying to avoid any further law action. They move them out, just like they do the dirty cops. When they do something wrong, they move them to another town, like we're not going to find out where they are and search them out. So stand by. We're about to file our some more documents. Matter of fact, we're going up on Capitol Hill to talk to some senators and show them the recordings and the documents and the orders that these corrupt people down in Greenbelt has sent to me. But as of December the 8th, 30 days later, I still haven't received anything from the United States District Court in Greenbelt, Maryland, saying that they dismissed my case. Today is the 30th day, and we're waiting. But as you see, at 11:30 a.m., the United States Court of Appeals called me. I didn't get to the phone, so I had to recall them back and talk to them. Stand by, y'all.
Well, that was a little different than what I usually do, but I thought it was kind of entertaining to listen to this guy go on and on and on about stuff he knows nothing about, pretend he knows everything about everything. Anyway, yeah, good chance, he's not going to make it. His appeal's going to flop. I don't know what he's appealing. He must be appealing the decision not to hear the case or something. I don't know what he's appealing on. He never says. Anyway, hopefully they'll get that corruption sorted out down there in Greenbelt or wherever he was talking about. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. A little boring in times here, but anyway, y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.